sounds like that girl Jerry from Survivor.
All right, here's Russo. Russo, I need some closing observations.
Patrick McEnroe, baby.
I've got a never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I will do. From the first time we met, I knew I'd have a never-ending love for you. Imus in the morning.
Matter of fact,
Did Deirdre, Lupica, and Breen all vote for the same person?
Deirdre, Lupica, and Breen.
Right.
I believe they did.
Well, is it who we think they voted? Is it who we originally thought they were going to vote for?
It might be. But the process is not complete. We're about ready to finish the process.
I understand that. Well, let me talk to Charles now.
All right.
Well, our original suspicion was that Deirdre, Lupica, and Breen were in the tank for Minko.
That they would vote as a block.
Right. Now, just between you and me, if we're going to judge the merits of the sportscast this morning,
Yeah.
they both sucked.
They couldn't suck enough,
No,
in fact.
they were both
I mean, it was a debacle.
Yeah. The
good sportscast was you-know-who.
Congressman J.D. Hayworth
Exactly.
gave a great sportscast.
Absolutely.
These two, it was awful.
Oh, please.
So-
Goodness gracious. It couldn't get any worse.
So how you would decide who to vote for is...
But we got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But, I mean, in the final analysis, we're going to be stuck with one of them.
Right.
So, who do we want to be stuck with?
Well, based on this morning,
Yeah.
I'd flip a coin.
They're really disgraceful. I'm
Yeah.
very disappointed
Yeah.
at just how much they sucked. Didn't you think, Loopy? Mike Lupica here.
You've got to beg Breen to come back.
Well, we have begged Breen to come back.
And it's not working out.
No, he won't come back.
Well, you're locked in now. It's like the Survivor deal.
I understand that.
You got the...
Yeah, somebody's going to get the...
It's a Richard Hatch deal. Somebody's going to be Richard Hatch.
Somebody's going to get the big bucks.
I thought Deirdre had one of the better observations was that Sid reminded her of Jerry from the car.
It was perfect.
Yeah, so... Man,
God almighty.
What a bunch of losers.
Well,
oh, man. We're talking with the mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, Buddy Sanson. Well, I know you said you didn't want to talk about specifics of it, but let me ask you anyway.
Sure.
We have this 97-page, 30-count federal racketeering indictment
Oh, yeah.
charging that bribery, extortion, and other criminal conduct permeated the city government of Providence, Rhode Island, and it accuses you and 4 associates of operating city government as essentially a criminal enterprise. And your response to these charges is...
Absolutely not guilty.
Did they arraign you and book you and all that?
Yes.
Did they have to take your mugshot and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Did they make you take off your rug?
Absolutely.
They did.
Absolutely.
Is there any way you'll get me that picture?
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, then you're listening to Imus in the morning.
And I wake up this morning, and this case never ceases to amaze me. I wake up this morning, pick up the paper, and listen to this headline this morning. Prosecutor played secret videotapes to friends and sisters from the grand jury.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I guess the Blockbusters was closed that night, you know.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Is it bottom? It's 29 after the hour here in the Imus Morning program. Well, they have a list on my monitor here from MSNBC, but it begins with Insana, then goes to Breen, Lupica.
Sounds right.
Jesus, are you disorganized, you bald-headed stooge.
Kidding me?
All right, first let's go to Francesa. And, Mike?
Yeah, Don.
Okay, now the way we're voting is you vote not for who you're for, you vote for
Who you're against.
who you're against. So you vote somebody off, Sid or Minko. Who is it?
I vote Sid off because he didn't do enough to beat the incumbent, and our team needs role players, and Minko is the quintessential role player, so he stays.
Okay, so 1 for Minko, and you'll be on tomorrow with the horse race stuff, and we're wagering $15,000 on the Preakness.
Yes.
You're guaranteeing that we're going to get back 20.
Yes.
Our original.
And
15.
we're going to go for a lot more.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks, Mike. Thanks for hanging on all
That's
time.
1 for Sid. That's not 1 for Minko. That is 1 for Sid being voted off the island. So
No. It's 1 for Minko to be on. That's the way I'm keeping track of
exactly.
it. I'm keeping track of it. 1 for Minko. You butt out, poof boy.
Not literally.
Go design a sweater. All right, here's Deirdre Imus. All right, honey. You have to vote somebody off. Sid or Minko?
Sid is off.
Oh, God. This is so...
Sid
All
off.
right, why are you voting Sid off?
Because Sid has the most weasel potential. I mean,
That's true.
that's the bottom line. Sid is, beyond, so far beyond Minko with the weasel potential, and you already have enough weasels on your program.
Right. But he fits right in with the radio station.
Can't argue with that.
All right, honey, thanks for hanging on all morning. I appreciate it.
I didn't finish. Why do you always cut me off?
Because we don't have a lot of time for you for a harangue from you. Go ahead.
But then I also think that the loser should get some prizes.
Yes.
So I think Sid should get, a fat loser and a lying weasel and bald-headed geek cap, and he should also have to buy an acre.
It's going to be a little tough for him to come up with
At this
$5,000
point,
for
yes.
an acre when
Right
he doesn't
now.
have a job.
Well, you must
thanks
have
to you.
some relatives that can all pitch in.
Well, maybe.
By the way, she wanted to vote you off first. I told her she couldn't do that. We
All
all
right, honey,
did.
thanks. Here's Chris Russo now, back on line 7. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Don.
So we have-
Minko is off.
Minko's off.
Minko is off.
So we have 2 for Minko, 1 for Sid.
Yeah, Minko's done. Not professional, not handled correctly this morning. Sid has an edge, little better prepared. Sid in the long run will give you more juice, more of an edge, a better sportscast on a day in, day out basis than Minko will.
Be careful what you say, you dummy.
I can't wait till you come in this afternoon.
Yeah. Just be careful what you say, Russo.
What do you say?
Listen, I mean, if Patrick McEnroe and Boomer Esiason are my choices, I want Sid Rosenberg doing the morning sports with Big Donnie.
All right, Chris, thanks for hanging on all
You got
morning.
it, buddy.
All right. It was a hassle for Princess and
Sure.
Russo
Appreciate
and Deirdre, who... Oh, you can see how immediately she gets out of line? Just immediately.
Snap.
All right, now we have taped comments, starting first with Ron and Santa. All right, here's Ron.
All right, I'm voting Minko off the island. I thought Sid's presentation was strong today, and it was very funny. I thought he had the upper hand on humor. So we're going with Sid on the island, Minko off the island.
So it's 2 for Minko, 2 for Sid. All right, here's Mike Breen.
Very tough decision. It was very close, but according to my criteria of the 4 C's, and that's content, chemistry, true about sports, and humility, John Minko with a very narrow margin of victory. So I vote Sid off.
So that's 3 for Minko, 2 for Sid. Well, all right, here now, Dick Cabot. Dick?
Oh, live here in the studio? Choice. Pardon my bagel. I was trying to decide which guy would be more depressed by losing. And this is how I voted. But don't tell anybody.
Put it in that.
By the way?
Put it in that. Put it in that and wipe your chin.
Well, who did Dick vote for?
He voted for Sid off.
Sid
voted
off.
for
I
Minko.
did, but it was so close, and I thought one of these guys reminds me of my Uncle Paul, whom I liked very much.
What
And I couldn't-
distinguished Uncle Paul in your mind?
Well, he used to take me to baseball games at Comiskey Park. And
Oh, okay.
And he was just, a leading ball fan and transvestite. Evanston.
All right, so that's 4 for Minko, 2 for Sid. Not looking good for Sid at all. All right, let's go to Joseph Abood now on tape. So here we go.
I hated to do it. They're both great. But I think Sid did a much better job today. And if we're voting just on today, Sid's the man. So I'm voting for Sid, and Mink's gone.
Okay, so it's 3 for Sid.
Don, can I make a comment?
4 for Minko, yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Diddle.
I was back there when Sid passed by Abood, and he says, I have a Lebanese friend like you with a big nose just like you. He's my friend in Brooklyn. He started rubbing his arm, caressing. It was definitely some kind of corruption being taken.
We're going out Thursday night.
Going where? All right, we for some reason because of the way it's typed up on my screen here. You moron.
I'm a moron.
Yes, you're a bald-headed
skipped
geek.
it, and I'm a moron.
Yes. Now here's Mike Lupica on tape now.
As much as I like John Minko, the potential for a post office moment will always be greater with Sid.
All right, that's 4 for Minko, 4 for Sid. It's tied. 4 for Minko. This is going to be very close.
Three left.
All right, here now, Monteria Ivy and Stefan Dweck, the Snaps guy.
One vote.
One vote.
One vote.
Right.
All right.
2 chairs.
First of all, we like to say, the next time you have the brothers on the show, instead of these bagels and fruit, we want some couscous and grits. All right?
Brothers.
And that, we're going to vote. I mean, luckily we got 2 chairs, and we only have one vote.
Between the two
We're
of us.
still pissed about that.
And it was tough to choose between the two of them.
But there's something about that Mo Howard type energy that Minko brings.
Yeah, I think Sid looks like he should be doing the sports from the Pines in Fire Island. Yeah, and Meatloaf, I like him because he uses mouthwash. Yeah. So,
All right.
Meatloaf gets our vote.
Good luck.
All right, 5 for Minko. 5 for Minko, 4 for Sid. We only have 2 votes left. Here's Boomer Esiason.
I'm voting Sid off the island just because I don't like him.
What are you, nuts?
What do you mean, what am I, nuts?
We can't vote a guy because they don't like him.
Why would I want him? Well, I don't want him here when I come here, so get him the hell out of here. That's the way I look at it.
All right, that's 6 for Minko, 4 for Sid. There's no way Sid could win, but let's see what Congressman Hayworth has to say.
Sid already has a tan. He doesn't need to stay on the island. Poor Minko. You can see how much he wants this job. He was whining, complaining, but actually a few of my constituents called me. They want Minko, so Sid's got to go.
All right, that's 7 for Minko.
There you go.
7 for Minko, 4 for Sid. Or is it 5 for Sid? 5 for Sid. What is it?
7-4.
7-4.
11 total votes.
All right, I haven't voted yet.
Wait a minute. You're the judge.
You're the judge.
Fine, I'm voting.
How about trimming the eyebrows before you come on next time? Almighty.
I am voting, so I'm voting for Sid. So that makes it 7-5. Charles is voting for Sid, right?
Clearly for Sid.
So that makes it 7-6. And we have Bo Dietl to cast the final vote. And Bo's voting for...
Who am I going to vote for? Because then it'll be tied if I vote.
Right.
It's tied right now?
No, it's not tied. It's 7 Minko, 6 Sid.
Well, let me tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I happen to like both of them very much. I think they're both very entertaining. Sid could have good qualities, but that last minute of suck-up just turned me off. I got to go with the Minko man.
Meatloaf!
There you go. Meatloaf. I love that.
I'm voting again because...
Because I can. Wyatt's turn to vote. How would Wyatt be
we're going to
voting?
talk to Wyatt.
We'll get Wyatt on the phone.
Welcome to Palm Beach.
Yeah, welcome to the Florida election.
Supreme Court.
Well, so Minko wins, 8-6.
8-6. Fair and square.
And Rosenberg out of the building.
Yeah.
Get him out.
He has to be escorted out right now, doesn't he?
Well, congratulations to John Minko. And thanks to all you guys. It was great. Boomer Esiason, Dick Cavett, Ron Santa, Mike Breen, Joseph Abboud, the Snaps guys, Montero Avia, Stefan Dweck, Mike Lupica, Bo Dietl, and Congressman J.D. Hayworth, Chris Russo, Mike Francesa, Deirdre Imus, and Dick James did a good job keeping all the mics on. So.
That's right.
What about thanks you guys very much.
Dick Cavett?
I said Dick Cavett.
What are you guys doing New Year's Eve?
You never forget Dick.
Can I propose something?
Yes.
We should have an annual reunion.
That's right. That's right. All the sportscasters get back, and we can talk about clothes.
We are never doing this again. 22 till now.
See you at the funeral, boys.
Hello, everyone. Your roving reporter here, talking to people about television. Excuse me, Mum. Hi. Hi. Do you watch movies on TV? You betcha. Unabashed movie buff. Isn't it unusually hard to choose between films? Unthinkable. And can you explain? Ultimate TV service from Microsoft. You can record up to 35 hours of direct TV programming. You must be kidding. And schedule up to 2 weeks in advance. Unbelievable. And uncomplicated. Undeniably easy to use. It's the ultimate for movie lovers. You are so right. Ultimate TV from Microsoft. See what you can do. And your favorite films? Anything from the UK. Oh, thank you. Actual recording capacity depends on type of programming recorded. Exclusively on select DirecTV receivers. DirecTV hardware and programming and Ultimate TV subscription required and sold separately.
Visit 6th Avenue and see how you can get free standard installation and a $50 gift check good at a participating 6th Avenue when you buy a DirecTV receiver and subscribe to Ultimate TV service. Offers available for limited time only. Other restrictions apply. See store for details.
It starts out innocently enough. You leave buttons unbuttoned, or you put the milk in the pantry and the cereal in the fridge. It gets worse. You make a pot of coffee and you forget the pot. When it gets really bad, you back up to read the sign, severe tire damage. You know what the problem is? You need a vacation. This is not the time to sit down and plan every last detail. No, this is an emergency vacation. You need one that's already prepackaged in a big brown wrapper. Just rip it open and go. Fortunately, you'll find that vacation at Travelocity.com, where you will be able to choose from over 5,000 vacation and cruise packages and tours. Pick your favorite destinations, choose your time, even give us a budget. We'll give you hundreds of choices. Packages to fabulous places you actually want to visit. So you might want to hurry and book on before you accidentally find yourself in the wrong restroom. Travelocity.com. Go virtually anywhere. AOL keyword, travel.
When's the last time you had best? I'm not talking about settling for second place here. I'm talking number one, like the Nissan Maxima, the car that has what Ward's Auto World says may be the best V6 engine ever. Yes, I said ever. Or the Nissan Pathfinder, 240 horses, four-wheeler magazine's four-wheeler of the year. Hey, it's time you had the best, and now you can. Lease a Nissan Maxima SE for $339 a month for 36 months with a $14.99 initial payment. Or lease a Pathfinder SE for the same low $339 a month for 36 months with only $1,000 more due at signing. So see your Nissan dealer today for great deals on the best cars. $339 a month on a Maxima or Pathfinder. Nissan. Driven. Offer ends May 31st.
Tax, title, and license extra. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. Call 1-800-648-7038 for lease and award details.
What would you do if you found a wallet with money inside? What do you think a policeman would do? Tonight, Primetime Thursday puts the police to the test with hidden cameras rolling in America's largest cities. And wait till you see the results.
Officer, I just found this wallet on the street. Can I give it to you?
40 cops, 40 lost wallets, and all of them have cash inside.
If an officer did not return a wallet, is that a crime?
So, were all the wallets returned? An eye-opening primetime investigation tonight on ABC.
Drivers face many distractions in the car. Don't let your wireless phone be one of them. Before using your wireless phone while driving, ask yourself, will this call distract me from my first responsibility to drive safely? Also, use your phone's hands-free option. Remember, state laws prohibit distracted driving. The wireless phone industry reminds you to drive safely. Safety, your most important call. Visit www.driveresponsibly.org.
Good morning, I'm Lori McNichol for the Hagstrom Maps Fan Highway Patrol. Take a look at Queens, the eastbound.
Hey, Lori, never mind the traffic. Who did you like?
I like Mink. I thought he did a terrific job.
No,
He's consistently good.
You are so in a tank for Minko.
No, you think so?
You are unbelievable.
He did a great job.
You and Deirdre.
He was able to recover,
Francesca,
from the upset, how he started.
Green. What a
Very solid player, reliable, dependable.
Fine. What's going on?
Well, you have major delays now on the Long Island Railroad, 30 minutes on the West Hempstead branch because of equipment problems, 30 minutes at the Lincoln Tunnel, 20 at the Holland, and the George Washington Bridge has a 35 to 40-minute wait. This report's brought to you by Starz Super Pack, which is #1 in new hit movies, featuring up to 12 different movie channels like Starz, Encore, Love Stories, and True Stories. To order, call 1-800-SUPER-PACK. I'm Lori McNichol for the Hagstrom Maps Fan Highway Patrol.
Today's opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange is sponsored by buyandhold.com. Not sure what company to start investing in? Find out what the professionals think you should do at buyandhold.com. The market's been open for 16 minutes and a few seconds, and I don't know what it's doing. Oh, the Dow's up 36 points. NASDAQ's up 28. Dow at 11,254 now. Well, we have Minko and Sid Rosenberg in the studio. First of all, congratulations, Minko, on what I am interpreting as a tainted in-the-tank victory, but a victory nevertheless.
No, well, did Lupica,
Pardon me?
Lupica did not support me.
Well, Russo didn't.
No, he did not.
So, but the vote, I'm the final arbiter of what goes on here, and Charles and I have had a discussion, and here's our final decision. We were impressed with you both.
Absolutely.
And we like Sid a lot, and we like you. So here's what we've decided. We've decided you're going to do.
May I say?
Yeah.
A Solomon-like decision.
Yes. You're going to do one day, Sid's going to do the other. So you'll do Tuesday, Sid do Thursday. So we don't want to lose Sid, and we don't want to lose you either.
Absolutely
and
not.
We think, based on the closeness of the vote, we think it's best for the program, best for each of your individual psyches, and factoring in the fact that a number of people were in the tank for you, and we're clearly against Sid. Sid had an uphill battle.
Certainly.
Both of your sportscasts this morning, frankly, were awful.
Sucked.
They've sucked.
Right.
But I do know you have, both of you have better potential. So You work it out between you. Who wants to work Tuesday? Who wants to work Thursday?
And when Warner dies, we can do this again.
I don't have to remove him.
You don't have to remove anybody, no. So.
Okay, Sid, you can stay.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So congratulations to both of you, and
an impressive
very
decision.
good
Solomon.
choice, Don.
Yes.
Very, very fine choice.
Okay.
Very fine choice.
So get out of this.
Tremendous arbiter.
Pardon me?
A tremendous arbiter.
Fine, get out of this.
You got the day already.
Quarter till the hour here on the Imus in the morning program. Now here's Howard Feynman now from Newsweek magazine.
Imus, I think that was a very good decision on your part because I think you narrowly avoided a federal and journalistic investigation of this vote. So you had Federal Voting Rights Act violations there. You had the black guys only had half a vote each. You had multiple voting by you. Undervotes. Wyatt didn't get the vote, so I think it was a good decision. It was a good decision.
Thanks, Howard.
Okay, bye.
Howard Feynman, Newsweek magazine. Well, we'll call Wyatt and see if I can get him on the phone. And if he, I don't know whether he watched or, well, he doesn't watch television, but sometimes he watches his dad. But we'll see. If we can get Wyatt on the phone, we'll see what he thought.
Oh, look at this. What's that? You just be ashamed of yourself. Why? Calling people ugly.
I didn't call you ugly.
What'd you say?
I said you was ruined. That's all.
You know something?
What?
You look like you've been whooped with an ugly stick.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with it, but I believe the fellow's right.
Imus in the morning. I'd like to talk about a healthcare issue that affects millions of Americans. But it isn't about your health or the health of your family. It's about the health of your car. Think of it. Your car is a crucial part of your life. It takes you shopping. It brings you to work in the morning and back home at night. The simple fact is, if your car gets sick, you're the one who suffers. Which is precisely why Castrol has partnered with the finest quick lubes in the country to develop Castrol Select Service. This distinguished group of Select Service quick lubes has been handpicked by Castrol because they deliver a service experience unsurpassed by anyone. Quick lubes like LMC Car Wash and Lube. Visit your nearest LMC Lube and you'll find courteous, top-rated technicians, fast, reliable service, and the highest quality Castrol motor oils like GTX and Syntec. When it comes to your car's health, don't fool around. Castrol Select Service. Get on the road.
Stop by your nearest LMC Lube featuring Castrol Select Service throughout the New York area.
Fox Thursday, in the first television event of its kind.
We're going to put the justice system to the ultimate test.
5 convicted criminals will get one last chance to prove their innocence.
I had absolutely nothing to do with this.
Tonight, for the first time ever on television, we're going to match their DNA against real crime scene evidence.
DNA doesn't lie.
Be there as the results are revealed. Will science set them free or lock them away forever?
You're going to be there when the DNA evidence comes in.
Find out when John Walsh hosts this landmark special, Judgment Night DNA, the ultimate test.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 5. The chase, the glove, the verdict.
If O.J. didn't do it, then who did do it?
Now, a world-renowned PI claims he's uncovered startling new evidence.
All I'm wanting is people to look at the facts that I've uncovered and judge for themselves.
It's your turn to decide. The Silent Suspect on the Fox 5 10 o'clock news tonight.
Woo! You're heading to the shore, looking for some more fun, excitement, and thrills galore. Fast time. Fast time. You don't have to look no more. Monmouth Park Racetrack. Fast times at the Jersey Shore.
Monmouth Park Racetrack is swinging all summer long with the most happening thoroughbred party around. So grab your fastest, funnest friends and come picnic in the shade and play for the day. We're so close. Exit 105 off the Garden State Parkway in beautiful Oceanport, New Jersey. Call 732-222-5100 for more information or visit us at www.monmouthpark.com.
The biggest party at the shore this Memorial Day is opening weekend at Monmouth Park Racetrack. Saturday, May 26th is opening day with free grandstand admission for everyone. Monday, May 28th, get a free month of June grandstand pass. Plus, all weekend there's great live music and plenty of fun for the entire family. Monmouth Park Racetrack, fast times at the Jersey Shore.
You can call them used. You can call them previously driven. You can call them anything you want. The point is somebody, maybe even a dozen somebodies, owned the car before you did. And before you put down your hard-earned dollars for the car, you deserve to know exactly where it's been. Get a vehicle history report from Carfax.com. They'll give you the real history of any used car. Visit CARFAX.com or ask your dealer for a Carfax report. Don't buy a used car without Carfax.
I, Ann Summer, pledge allegiance to the roof. I shall stay at the roof because at my work there is little that I can control. But in my room at the roof, I am queen. I control the temperature of the shower and the temperature of the room. I shall stay at the roof because there I am in control.
98% of Red Roof guests are so satisfied with their visit, they plan to come back. Now that's not just loyalty, that's allegiance. For reservations, call 800-RED-ROOF.
All right, 9 minutes till the hour. Here once again.
Daddy?
Hi, honey. How are you?
Oh, it's Sid Minko.
Wait, here.
No.
No, listen to him.
Honey? Wyatt?
No, tell him.
Wyatt?
Tell him what you think.
Wyatt?
Who do you want?
Honey,
I want Minko.
You want Minko, honey? Oh, my
You heard it.
He's sobbing.
You heard it, honey. Did you hear what he said?
Why is it that... Yes, of course I heard what he said, honey. Why is it I can't talk to him?
Wyatt, Daddy wants to talk to you. Come here. Wyatt, come here. Talk to Daddy.
Minko. I want Minko.
I know that, honey, but did you watch him this morning?
Yes.
And did you actually liked Minko better than Sid?
Yes.
What didn't you like about Sid?
I want Sid.
He was scary looking?
That's leading the witness, I'm sorry.
Okay. No. Wyatt? Wyatt?
I want Sid.
How do you feel, honey? Wyatt?
I think he changed his mind.
Wyatt?
What?
How do you feel?
Good.
You do? All right, I love you, honey. You want Sid or Minko?
Sid.
Sid. Okay.
Wow, it's just like his dad.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me talk to Mommy.
It is genetic.
Honey?
Yes.
Obviously, you put him in the tank for Minko.
No, I didn't.
Well, I just talked to him. He voted for Sid.
Well, he changed his mind, obviously. I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with it.
Well, he voted for Sid.
Okay, he voted for Sid then. What is, he's 3 years old.
But
2.5.
But the decision we made is we're going to have one do one day, one do the other because the vote was so close. Because essentially,
He sucks.
No, he doesn't suck, honey. Get off the phone.
He is just like his dad.
Well, there you heard it, honey. And I'm on the phone with you. I had nothing to do with that.
I
just got on and said Sid sucks. So what can I say?
Well, I think it shows the wisdom of your husband's decision because it shows even his son is conflicted over this matter.
Yes.
So, again, a wise decision.
So the decision I've reached...
I'm very proud of you, by the way, you and Charles.
Why?
I want Minko.
I know.
Well, there you go.
Minko, honey, but it's
He
like
wants Minko. Because, you know why? Because you guys are, first of all, you'd be an excellent judge,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bo said it or someone said it, excellent arbiter on the whole situation, because it was tough, and that's a tough thing to do, and then they're all sitting there, and that's a lot of pressure on Minko and Sid.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right, it's sort of not fair, because how could you, I was objective, though, today.
No.
Well, I was.
Oh, okay.
Because I told you how I didn't say Minko was good today. He sucked today.
Yeah, he did. They both sucked.
They both did.
Yeah. But so one is going to do one day, one do the other.
I think that's great. That's very honorable on your part, too.
And then at some point, we'll get rid of one of them.
Right.
Or we'll get rid of Warner.
Or they get rid of you.
Yeah. Well, just back to the house trailer, honey. Anyway, thanks, sweetie.
All right. I love you.
Bye. Deirdre and Wyatt Imus are in the Imus Morning program, so
there you go.
Wyatt, of course, it's going to be 3 in July. He has no idea what he's doing. Well, he does have an idea.
Well, I think he did. I think he reflected some inner turmoil.
He was torn, yeah, clearly.
Sure.
Yeah. So, well, it was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was absolutely.
It was all right.
It was all right.
The only thing about doing these kinds of things, it's sort of weird about it. I mean, it's fun we think it's amusing, and we're just jerking everybody's chain. But I mean, Minko and Sid, they get into it. They get. I mean, their wrecks are up all night, throwing up. I mean, just
nervous as heck.
Right.
God Almighty.
No. Okay.
All right.
Something worth reading?
Maybe. Maybe a humorous one there, too.
This is from America Online. It's a message deal. Only Imus could stretch out this nonsensical sportscaster contest for weeks and then produce 3.5 hours of the greatest radio in memory. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Make Bernie do the sports. At least that way we know it'll be funny. That's true. Minko sucks. The fix is in. Minko by a hair. Who was the midget and where was Lupica? Oh, that was Lupica. The killer pimp. He said they both sucked. This is from Mad Biker. Minko's awful, hideous. Is a weasel and has bad teeth. He also looks like a penguin. All the weasel losers as FAN are in the barrel for Minko, who is the quintessential loser. In our final America online instant message, we want Breen back.
Well, there you go.
What are you going to do?
Amen.
4 till the hour.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You can wag your tail, but I ain't gonna feed you no more. Imus in the morning.
Today at 5 on Eyewitness News, the news leader. Repair.
A traffic lady report. And you're marrying someone...
Joseph Habib.
Joseph Habib.
Dr. Joseph Habib.
Dr. Joseph Habib.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a doctor is he?
He's a physicist.
Uh-huh. And Habib, what kind of name is that?
It's Egyptian.
Mm-hmm.
His father is from Egypt. Mom's from Indiana.
Pardon me?
His mom's from Indiana. His father's from Egypt. Sort of the all-American marriage.
Kind of a Peace Corps deal? She went anywhere to one of those deals? No.
No, she lived in Washington.
Uh-huh. Aren't you Jewish?
Well, there's some Jewish in here, yeah. I'm a melting pot. All-American, all-New York girl.
Mm-hmm. So it's still on. When's a big day?
Well, we haven't set a date yet.
Well, that's a problem.
It's not a problem. You know, we have to find a place.
Well, it's a big problem. If you haven't set a date, if you're going to get married and you haven't set a date, that's a problem.
No, we're engaged. We'll set a date. We have to find a place and, decide where we're going to have it and make sure we can book it, things like that.
Well, that would seem to be something you would decide after you'd set the date. I mean, if you're trying to book a place and you go to see the people at the, say, hotel, and they said, well, when, before you could book it, they would want to know, the first thing they would want to know would be what day. Wouldn't you think? That would be fundamental to booking someplace.
Well, it'll be a Saturday, and we're sort of flexible with the season, so we're deciding that.
In other words, any Saturday they have open, you and Abdul will go down there and get hitched. Is that the deal?
No, his name's Joe.
Well, whatever.
How many camels in the wedding party?
As many as we can get in.
All right, here now on the Imus Morning program, please welcome O.J. Simpson. Good morning, O.J.
Good morning, Imus. Just when you think you've heard it all, that nothing else could possibly blow your mind any more than it already has, something happens to totally freak you out. But when I heard about this Robert Blake murder case, I was shocked and scandalized. A celebrity suspected of brutally murdering his wife? Excuse me, but next stop, totally astounded town, population, me. But yet I'm also strangely fascinated by this event, because I find it ironic that at one time he played a detective on TV, and now he playing a suspect in real life. That's almost like me running for all those yards and then running my own ass out of town. But I must say, I also feel compassion for him, Imus, because I know what he's going through. I mean, if I wasn't so busy trying to find my ex-alive ex-wife's real killers on the many golf courses and country clubs across this great nation, I'd offer to help him do the same. Because there's nothing worse than everyone in America thinking you committed a violent crime before you are able to put together a high-priced dream team of lawyers who will come up with some arcane constitutional loophole to exonerate you. So I would like to give Robert Blake some advice, impart some of the wisdom I acquired through my unfortunate experience. And the first thing I have to offer is, hang in there, man. There are plenty of people out there who admire and support you, and if I were you, I'd try to find a couple of them who weren't going to be working for the next 16 to 18 months and could afford to be sequestered. Preferably black women who love Beretta. It was one of my favorite shows. You know why? Because you fought crime and you had a parrot. That's why I couldn't understand why the theme song was Keep Your Eye on the Sparrow. Because it wasn't a sparrow, it was a cockatoo. I got to keep your eye on it part because Sammy Davis Jr. sang it, and he only had one eye. But the bird thing, it was confusing. If I were you, Bobby, I'd keep my eye on the border. That's my second piece of advice. Mexico is only about an hour away. You can be in Tijuana before they even get them chase helicopters out the hangar. Thirdly, don't play the game of bringing up unflattering details about your late wife. Even if you caught her giving oral sex to another man on the couch or you watched from outside her window. It sounds petty. Better to have your lawyers do it. Lastly, don't you ever lose sight of the fact that it takes a lot of courage for a man to leave his wife in the car a block and a half away in a bad neighborhood next to a construction site while he goes all the way back to the restaurant just to get the gun he was carrying to protect her in the first place. But don't expect the authorities to take that into consideration. They certainly didn't when I cut my hand and then had to fly all the way back from Chicago. So, Bobby, keep your eye on acquittal. But if something should go wrong here in the next 24 to 48 hours, I got a pair of Groucho glasses, a fake mustache, and a white Bronco with plenty of gas in it. Just say the word.
O.J. Simpson here on the Imus-WFAN May program.
Still looking for the real killers, Imus.
How are you doing on finding the real killers?
I'm very close.
You are?
Yes.
Oh.
I've narrowed it down. There's at least one person I know who didn't do it.
Yeah.
Ron Goldman.
And it's 3 minutes till the hour here.
Imus in the morning, the best I ever had.
When's the last time you had the best? I'm not talking about settling for second place here. I'm talking number one, like the Nissan Max.
All right, let's do that. Here we go. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, fat bastard.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, well, that was really weak.
That sucked.
God, that sucked. You guys sucked, and so did we. Oh, that is awful. Before we go any further in the program here, thanks to the staff at WXUR 92.7 FM, our affiliate here, has been since 94. Owners are Tom Davenport and Mindy Barstein. And we don't have any information about them. I don't think I've ever met them, have I?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Good. Well, I just assumed keep that record intact of having not ever met them. But it's a great radio station, actually is. And engineer Tony Falvo, and they had some problems here this morning. They solved them, so that's good. DJs Chris Miller and Bruce Melnick. The board operator is Dan Barry. They've all done a good job. Thanks, of course, to the staff here at the Turning Stone Casino Resort. They've done a very good job. And as I mentioned, Ray Halbreder, the Men's Council, and old Dwayne Spitzer. We don't know what Dwayne does, but probably nobody else does either. I want to know, well, why is Dwayne here? Well, we don't know.
Ray wants to know.
Ray wants to know what the hell Dwayne's doing. So anyway, time for a little news and all that. And then we'll talk with Bernadette Castro, and we'll do some other stuff.
Under the surface, but I think they might think about making a trade or bringing an arm in if they feel they need it. I don't think they're going to let Stan and Rivera pitch their arms out so that by October they won't be ready. Stay tuned for the dog. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thanks to Mr. Bunzel. Likes that mister. We'll catch you again tomorrow. Have a good one.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN.
We're talking about Mike Francesa. We're supposed to be talking about the Sopranos. And
What was this big thing that happened in Atlanta that I didn't know about?
oh, well, they took us off in Atlanta. Well, not only that, but Steak stabbed us in the back.
Oh, what a surprise.
They
Who predicted that for you about a year ago?
You did. A real weasel deal on the part of Steak.
No.
I mean, we were pretty happy with the station, but I mean, what a... And the other guy, too. I mean...
I'm shocked.
Shut up.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Now, Don, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
They took you off in Atlanta to put Steak on in Morning Drive.
Right.
That is like on a mathematical problem replacing Einstein with the horse that counts with its hoof. You know that?
Imus in the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Listen to Mets baseball at night. Then keep it here for Imus in the morning from 5:30 to 10 a.m. here on The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison. 63 degrees under cloudy skies. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Tollison with 2020 Sports at WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN, New York.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Nice to have you with us on a Saturday morning in New York. Good to have you aboard. Kyle Casey and Dave Bonzel. Christopher Russo's along the way to 12:30 this afternoon. Mets and the Dodgers with their pregame with Eddie at 718-937-6666. Two-way sports talk telephone number. Al Leiter will join us later. Hopefully something in the NBA as we chat to you about the world of sports. And there's been a couple of times this year where we have thought that maybe this will spark the Mets. I mean, we can think of 3 or 4 situations. Obviously, the 4 of 6 against Atlanta to start the year. Those Find out Nissan before you decide. You'll save thousands.
For your lowest price or payment and program details, call 1-800-NEW-NISSAN. That's 1-800-NEW-NISSAN.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Nice to have you with us today on this Saturday morning in New York. Brad in Connecticut. Brad, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
I'm fine, Brad. What's up? Proud out of him today. Rick Ackerman. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to tomorrow at around 4:35 o'clock because it'll be a very good hour of radio right in the middle of Charlotte, Milwaukee. I have this headsets going on, so I want to hear Act do a little sports talk following Mets baseball before the Game 7s in the NBA.
Some sanity as opposed to you.
Yeah, exactly. 12 o'clock, we got more to do. Sports Radio 66.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Imus in the morning. I'm irritated at Bernard. I've said to Bernard for 10 years about overmodulating the microphone.
What do you mean?
Weekdays 5:30 to 10 on WFAN.
Mike and the Mad Dog take you home from 1 to 6:30, and Imus in the morning wakes you up from 5:30 to 10, exclusively on The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon at 12 noon. This is Rich Ackerman. Thursday with 60. And for tomorrow, partly sunny with a high in the mid-70s. Currently 74, and that's what's happening. And this is Rich Ackerman with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for the Imus in the Morning program, weekdays from 5:30 until 10.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Let me do a couple quickies in baseball real quick here tonight as we get ready for an afternoon of baseball here on the Fan. First off, we mentioned obviously the Yankees who had big games last night from the bottom of the order with Tino and Justice, Posada, and Ambrosius had a combined 13 hits out of the Yankees' 19. Mendoza wasn't great, but all he had to do was sort of not get nuts. He only gave up 3 runs in 4+ innings. Boringer did his job, a couple of unearned runs. Mariano pitched to 9.
Call 800-293-9100. That's 800-293-9100 for the Wall Street Journal.
Buzz Lightyear reporting from Disney.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Nice to have you aboard today. Let's go back to CJ on the car phone. Hello, CJ.
Hi, Dog. How are you?
How are you? Great job today. Kyle Casey, well done, too. We will see you on Monday. Enjoy the Game 7s. Enjoy Spurs with the Lakers. Enjoy the Preakness. Enjoy all the baseball. It's a good sports weekend, folks. We'll see you Monday at 1. Adios.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
Here's steak again. Now what do you want?
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't move up to that rat-infested swill hole that you call a WFAN in a million years.
Why'd you beg us for a job then?
I didn't beg you for a job. Bernie called me. Could I bail his ass out for a couple of days?
You had your opportunity.
I wouldn't work for that crew. I wouldn't work with you if you were the last radio icon in America.
Not now.
You
ridiculous.
Failed. Miserably.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
What's wrong with Minko?
He's a nice guy. Gosh darn it. I mean, he's trying hard for a guy his age. He's still working at it, but give me a break.
Hey, Steak, when you filled in for McEnroe, how'd that work out?
How did it work out?
How'd it work out? Don't give me attitude. How did it work out? Did it work out well or did it not?
It worked out swimmingly.
That means you drowned. Yes, absolutely. Come on.
All right, me.
Imus in the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
WFAN New York.
Meet the Mets, head for the park and greet the Mets. Hot dogs, green grass, all out of shade. Guaranteed to have a heck of a day.
Welcome to Chase Mets Extra, brought to you by Chase Manhattan Bank. The right relationship is everything. Chase Mets Extra is also brought to you by your Tri-State Chrysler dealers. Fidelis Healthcare, your Tri-State quality Ford stores. Nikon, we take the world's greatest pictures. Yours. Oasis Auto Center, we keep you rolling. Usco Logistics, providing you with game-winning supply chain management solutions. AXA Advisors, get one-on-one financial advice. Just for men hair color, shampoos away gray in 5 easy minutes for a winning look. J.D. Edwards Software Solutions, the freedom to choose, the power to share. And New York City OTB, we've got your number.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Shea Stadium. I'm Ed Coleman, and this is Mets Extra. It is a gorgeous...
As the other. So you wouldn't be risking losing...
Both.
Both?
Both.
Right.
Everything in the hands of a jury.
I'll
take one day.
Well, I was not available. I'm just wondering if you were such a weasel and you lack such confidence in your own ability.
Wait a minute. That's a setup. You're hard. You're awful.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
There's Sid Rosenberg. Good morning, Sid.
I wouldn't do that in a million years.
Huh, well?
I don't want one day. This is a fight for the kill. You get 2-0.
Now, of course, that you know that it wasn't a serious offer you're calling up, you'd have jumped at the one day, too, you weasel.
You're going to get 2 days, Sid, Saturday and Sunday.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, let me talk to you now about, everything. A lot of stuff. First of all, Friendly Motors up in Wappinger Falls, big Mercedes dealer. They got it going on. 60 miles north of New York City, there's a Mercedes dealership that offers style and quality in every certified pre-owned Mercedes in their showroom. Friendly Motor Cars of the Hudson Valley. Friendly Motor Cars, exclusive Mercedes dealer at 134 Old Post Road in Wappinger Falls. They have a professional staff providing one-of-a-kind service which continues to make previous Friendly Motor Cars customers proud. Friendly, I wonder who wrote this copy.
I don't know.
It's just awful, isn't it?
I tell you.
That's why I bought my Mercedes. Mike Ostro and the gang up there. I've never actually been there, but the reports I get are that it's an outstanding dealer, and I've had great luck with him, but I would. It's not going to screw me on a car, do you think?
I don't think.
Oh, I have had people do that, as you know.
Yeah, we don't want the consequences, though.
No.
Come on.
But I think you'll like them. In fact, I'm sure you will. So give them a call, 1-845-298-0600, or take a ride to Hudson Valley. Mike Ostro and the people at Friendly Motors. They're at 134 Old Post Road in Wappinger Falls. What do you need to know? Redecorating your home? I want you to go to America's most intriguing home design store, Claffs, K-L-A-F-F-S, of Connecticut, the largest independent home retailer in the country. Claffs has showrooms in both in South Norwalk and Danbury. Claffs showrooms are a must-see. Check out the huge bath selection. I don't settle for just any show. You know what? You find at a Claffs, like the Ultra Hydro Massage that you get from Ultra Bath, or a shower with built-in body jets, and steam, or one with water temperature memory presets. Claffs actually lets you test their shower heads right in their showroom. I know that works, but for directions, call them at 1-800-CLAFFS, K-L-A-F-F-S-1, or go to their website at KLAFFS.com. Claffs, America's most intriguing home design store. Does investing your hard-earned money, who'd you bet on in the Preakness? Congaree.
Yeah.
Does investing your hard-earned money in this hideous market still make sense? Well, do you think point given when you watch the race is going to get it done?
Well, not until the finish. They were neck and neck. Those two horses right near the stretch.
And they just blew him away.
He pulled away.
At buyandhold.com, their philosophy is you buy stocks and companies you know something about that make products you use or provide services that you use. And on the theory that if you do, a lot of people do. So, does that make sense? Buy and hold, even if you don't know anything about investing in the stock market, they can help you do all that. So, walk you through it and stuff. And it's not a big deal to get signed up with them. Just click on their website, BUYANDHOLD.com. Buy and Hold Securities Corporation, member NASD, SIPC.
Drivers face many distractions in the car. Don't let your wireless phone be one of them.
20-footer at the buzzer. Aaron McKee had 22, and Allen Iverson in a different role had 21 points, I-Man, and 16 assists. So he was double-teamed. He was just hitting the open man. Lakers and Spurs tonight in San Antonio, Game 2. Lakers by 14 in Game 1. You see the ages of the Spurs?
No.
That's an old team.
Really?
Terry Porter's 38, Avery Johnson 36, David Robinson's 35, Steve Kerr's 35. These guys, they could collapse at any time.
Well, I mean, it could be over.
Yeah.
I said early on, Lakers 4 and out. So.
Yeah. Well, you look pretty good on that.
Well, I mean, that was... I don't see how you can play much better than Kobe Bryant, but maybe you can, but I haven't seen anybody.
Yeah. Right.
So...
Baseball, Seattle beat Roger Clemens and the Yanks 6-2. Clemens walked 3 in the first inning, and Brett Boone had a 3-run double.
Walked 3?
Yeah, he walked 3.
Moron.
Yeah. And that was it.
Loser.
Red Sox Jason Varitek hit 3 home runs. The Sox, a game and a half ahead of the Yankees. National League, Giants lost, but Barry Bonds hit 2 more homers. That's 5 in 2 games. 22 for the year. Now has 516, only 5 behind Williams and McCovey. The Mets came from behind, beat the Dodgers 6-5. Here's Dodgers relief pitcher Mike Fetters, who gave up the tying runs in the 8th inning.
I had to get 3 outs before they scored a run or 2, and I couldn't get it done. Today wasn't my day. I sucked.
Well,
that's true.
That's it. That's right. You didn't get it done.
No, you didn't.
Now, before the season, ESPN commentator Rob Dibble said that Seattle Japanese right fielder Ishiro Suzuki was not as good as he is made out to be, and that Suzuki, he won 7 batting titles in Japan. If he wins the American League batting title, Dibble said he'd run around Times Square naked. Well, here we are, 1/3 of the season over, and Suzuki is the 3rd leading hitter in the American League. He's hitting .365. So if he wins the title, the question is, do we want to see Rob Dibble actually run around Times Square naked?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Meanwhile, Deion Sanders, who went 3 for 3 in that opening game, has now gone 4 for his last 35, hitting only 184, proving there are now 2 sports where Deion doesn't hit. Football, he doesn't hit anybody.
He's probably not hitting his wage.
No, 189. No, I don't know what you might be right. That's right.
Well.
Tiger Woods, final round 66, won that Deutsche Bank tournament in Heidelberg.
He did?
Yeah. He had a 175-yard eagle, by the way. First prize, $400,000, not counting the $2.5 million they gave him just to appear.
That was a good idea. Gave him $2.5 million to appear, and he goes down and wins it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right. Exactly.
A lot of guys are mailing in.
That's right. He didn't lay down.
No.
Very good. Return on your investment. There
Good
you go.
point. That's right. Finally, the San Diego Chargers, new general manager John Butler is getting tough. From now on, no more family members of coaches, players can come to the Chargers summer camp. And no more friends of players or members of the organization can just come and watch the players practice. But here's the question. The Chargers were 1-15. What is there to hide? Who wants to see them? For Imus in the Morning Sports, this is Warner Wolf.
Well, we have some numbers for Ron and Santa in Business Center against Lou Dobbs on Moneyline.
How's it looking?
On Wednesday, in households, Insana had 381,000, Dobbs 235.
No kidding.
So that's well over 100. That's almost 150,000 there.
Wow.
But now this is on Thursday. Insana had 278,000, Dobbs 106,000.
Oh my God.
2554. Insana had 147,000 on Thursday. Dobbs 46,000. Well, you can, in the immortal words of Warner Wolf, turn your sets off now.
That's right, turn your sets off now.
Man, that is over.
Holy cow, what's
God
going
almighty,
on?
that's a bloodbath.
Damas y caballeros.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your sneers. This is Generalissimo Manuel Antonio Noriega, a man who you think would be called on to provide expert testimony in the Supreme Court case over medical marijuana. Although considering I made both my bones and my fortune trafficking primo wife like Yayo, I know I wouldn't normally be the first one who came to mind when you're talking to Chiba, but where the do you think Panama Red comes from? I know a thing or two about La Hierba Loca.
Of all the controlled substances, grass is the most unfairly malign. The only bad thing to ever come out of reefer were those Cheech and Chong movies. It's not dangerous. Potheads are too busy searching under their fingernails for microscopic civilizations and finding religious symbolism in Roadrunner cartoons to hurt anybody. So for that negrita narc Clarence Thomas to say that the ganja has no medical benefits is just bullshit. Bob, what do you expect from a guy who would probably pass a law banning Coca-Cola because one of the ingredients used to be cocaine, but not that some cans also contain pubic hairs? Doesn't pain relief qualify as a medicinal purpose? I'm not saying that trying to convince your doctor that you're pretty sure you're going to catch glaucoma over the weekend is a viable reason for a prescription. But if somebody's undergoing chemotherapy, why the hell shouldn't they be allowed to blow a doober and forget about life for a while? MS patients already have to deal with the embarrassment of people thinking they're stupid due to their symptomatic loss of coordination and difficulty speaking. So why shouldn't they make everybody think it's just because they're high? And if ever there was a viable cure for anorexia, it's hooch. All Ally McBeal's gotta do is grab a few joints from Robert Downey Jr. and she'll gain 40 pounds in just one night's worth of munchies. I tell you one thing, if it made your hard and the pharmaceutical companies thought they could make a buck off it, not only would it be legalized in about 20 minutes, but Bob Dole would be doing the commercials for it. Maybe that's the problem. The Supreme Court doesn't understand the economic benefits of lawful weed. Forget about the search and rolling paper sales and Ziploc bag manufacturing, but anybody who owns stock in Hostess, Haagen-Dazs, or Hershey could f***ing retire. Potato chips will become the United States gross national product. And handgun violence would be virtually non-existent. The country would be too mellow. Nobody want to bum out the groovy vibe with some downer head trip. So I like to implore the U.S. Supreme Court to reconsider. And please don't bogart a decision to legalize marijuana. Pot is good for you. Why, I've been talking on a joint all during this message, and it's had no negative effects on me. As a matter of fact... What? Why are you looking at me like that?
When I was in England, I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it. And didn't inhale, and never tried it again.
Just like the other one. You've been holding on to it. And I sure would like it.
I experimented with marijuana, and I didn't like it.
Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Imus in the morning.
These days, it may seem as if you need to be here, there, and everywhere at the same time.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? The Mike and the Mad Dog radio program on this Monday in New York. Good to have you with us, the 21st day of May, the year 2001. Lots going on today with Mark Malusis and Chris Collin, the Mike and the Mad Dog radio program here until 6:30. A lot of good things to talk about. Good afternoon there, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine. Obviously, we'll start with the band.
I'm going to have to hear this about 5 more times to understand what the hell he's talking about, aren't you? Rob Dylan. A lot of information there. And a lot of information about the Sopranos. Have mercy now. We're talking with Joe Pantoliano, who plays Ralph Cifaretto on The Sopranos. Well, at least you didn't get whacked, huh? I mean...
Thank God. Well, you know, I was sworn to secrecy, but I guess it's a week ago, HBO picked up my option for next year.
Almost like you were in the mob, you know?
Well, it's, going to that table reading every week is almost like being in the mafia, where you're just praying to God you're not going to die that week.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
The one Ralphie story that I have, which was really funny, is I was killing some time on Fifth Avenue looking in a window, doing a little window shopping, and somebody touched me from behind. I just jumped out of my skin. I said, "Ho!" And it was this little blue-haired lady, and I said, "Lady, you scared me." And she goes, "Well, I just wanted to say hello. I guess you only played tough guys on television."
In the morning. Sports Radio 66.
Some say you have to climb ladders in order.
Imus in the morning.
Current driver said the link.
Bank location today and open a convenience checking account free when your payroll's directly deposited. Greenpoint Bank, the 1 point for all your banking. I'm Lori McNichol for the Hagstrom Maps Fan Highway Patrol.
It's 11 till the hour here in the Imus Morning Program. Lori McNichol, of course, doing our local traffic, which you don't get to hear around the country here in New York. And it's a tedious report twice an hour in which she essentially basically makes up
No, that's not true.
or steals her information from one of the news stations, which we happen to own. We happen to own both of the news stations here in New York.
We have cameras. We have a whole.
We don't have anything. We have nothing.
Right.
What are you nuts? We have cameras.
We absolutely
do. We have a security camera.
That barely works.
God, get out of here. But are you still going to work when you get married?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
Well, I like what I do. I mean, Deirdre works. You know, women don't get married and retire.
Oh, okay, that's true. Well, Sid Rosenberg is here, and Sid, loser. I don't know if you'd call Sid a loser or not, but you got one day in the big the Sportscaster Challenge last week. You essentially came up, I guess, a way to describe it as short.
Yeah, well, between the three of us, I got screwed like Tracy Lords in a gangbang film last Thursday.
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You're sitting here.
Well, I'm sitting here, but again, I don't want to say anything disparaging about John Minko, a guy that's been here for all this time, and I'm even a fan of Minko, but I clearly kicked his ass last Thursday. It wasn't even close. And I don't want to come off like a blowhard here, but I killed him on Thursday.
No, you didn't.
How do you figure?
How do you? We were sitting here. You guys both were awful.
Well, I'm not. Well, he was more awful than I was, I guess.
No, people have to like you. Maybe there's something about you they don't like.
They don't know me.
Maybe
That's
it's
what
the sour
it is.
grapes whining crap that you're coming up with now.
Yeah.
No sour grapes. I'm here. It's Tuesday. This is my day. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, right. You sound real excited.
You know, been listening to that degenerate Warner Wolf also for yes. And by the way, one thing about Warner, good guy, Warner Wolf, but it's Barry Bonds, not Bobby Bonds, who has 500-plus home runs now. I mean, Jesus, come on. The guy's hit 5 home runs in the last 3 games, and he's talking about his father who played 20 years ago.
Well, just slip of the tongue.
At least his teeth didn't fly out when he said it.
Yeah. Well, Warner's Warner.
Yeah.
So
we love Warner. And we love Minko.
Well, no, you don't. You hate both of them.
He just said how much they suck.
Yeah, you just said how much they suck.
Call him a degenerate.
What did Boomer say when he voted for Minko?
He's an idiot, too. He's another guy that's on my S list, Boomer Esiason. Everybody comes up with a halfway decent reason why they did or didn't vote for me, and Esiason goes, I don't like Sid. I'm voting for Minko. Doesn't like me.
Well?
He didn't say that we were at Runway 69 a couple of weeks ago, and I was buying shots at 3:30.
By the way,
Bernie had the point. I mean, there is something to be said for people having to like you.
You got to be liked.
You got to be liked.
Yeah, you got to know me first. I've only been here for this is my third week at the place.
You have to be likable.
Yeah.
Now I happen to like you. That's the only reason you're here, by the way.
I know. Believe me,
I just happen to like you. So because the management begged me to give you a shot, and I said fine. And then I liked you. But other than that, nobody else likes you.
No.
But it doesn't make any difference. I'm the only one here at the radio station, for example, who likes Francesa.
Right.
Who, incidentally, is a great guy.
I like Mike.
Both personally and professionally can be a little tedious, I guess.
Yeah.
But if I were you, I wouldn't get on Francesa. Because he was big time in your corner, even though he voted for Minko.
Even though he didn't vote for you.
Yeah, he didn't vote for me.
Huge.
He didn't vote for me, and I missed his show. And then he comes on his own show 3 hours later, and he's extolling my virtues, on and on about how I'm going to be able to fill in, and I'm good, and my delivery was good, and I have a good edge. And 3 hours earlier on your show, it was like I was terrible.
Done. I'm voting for Minko.
Yeah. Well, I think he voted for Minko because he thought Minko would be crushed if, because of their relationship over the years, he didn't vote for him.
I understand.
Okay, well, then, why are you whining about it?
I'm not whining about it. I'm just telling you I got screwed. I won the competition, hands down.
Well, did you?
Well, it was a jury of his peers.
Did you think he won hands down?
Absolutely not.
Did you, Lou?
No, not hands down.
No, not hands. How about you, Bernie?
Not at all.
No. There's 4 of us here, and you're on our show, so obviously we like you. Wouldn't be here.
Right.
And we don't think you won, and we like you.
Yeah.
So, what's that say?
Says you're a winner.
It says that You guys brought me back for 1 day a week, but I still think that wasn't close on Thursday. Wasn't even close.
Well, let's see how this one is here.
Imus in the morning, 2020 Sports rolls on.
Jack comes outside to Bryant. He's open. He shoots for three. Good.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant connecting, and the Los Angeles Lakers have opened up a 7-point lead.
Good morning, Imus. This Imus Sports Report brought to you by your local Saab dealer. That was Jim Durham and Dr. Jack Ramsey on ESPN Radio. And you're right, Imus, it's over.
Yeah.
They go back to L.A. They'll play Friday night. They'll play Game 3. Sunday, they'll play Game 4. But it's over.
Yeah.
You actually said 3 weeks ago the Lakers are going to roll right through this thing, and you're right.
Deal.
Oh, whoopee.
Well?
Only won 2 games. You're right, it's over now.
Well,
you think so, you geniuses?
They won't lose a game on their way to winning the championship.
They may not. Now, remember,
Okay.
they've
That's never been done, by the way, according to Lou.
Never been done. They've
Right.
won 9 straight playoff games. Now, they did win 11 straight back in '89, the Lakers, during the playoffs. But then they were swept by the Pistons in the finals because Magic Johnson and Byron Scott were both hurt.
Yeah.
This team now has won 9 straight playoff games, 17 straight. The last loss for the Lakers against the Knicks back on April 1st, on April Fool's Day. The Knicks beat them in Los Angeles, 79-78 on a big night out of Marcus Camby. And what happened to that big doofus, David Robinson? The guy is 7 feet tall. He's got 21 points in 2 games. He fouled trouble again last night, scored a total of 7 points. Why is it that Shaquille O'Neal only has 4 fouls in 2 games, and David Robinson can't stay on the freaking court? How are the Spurs going to win if they don't have Duncan and Robinson on the court at the same time?
I don't know.
They have no guard play whatsoever. I mean, Kobe's killing him up and down the court. David Robinson's got to be out there if they have any shot to win.
Charles Barkley last night said, he asked Kenny, what's his name, said, how many people are here tonight? And the guy said, well, about 36,000. And Barkley said, well, that's 36,000 more people who are not going to be able to guard Kobe. So, I mean, nobody's going to be able to guard him.
No, he's been amazing.
Yeah.
He's been amazing. He led the way last night, too. He had 28 points. Shaq also had a big night. He had 19 points and 14 rebounds. Now, tonight, the Bucks and the 76ers start their Eastern Conference Final Series. Just so you know, they played 4 times during the regular season.
All right,
They split it.
break it down. Milwaukee has 3 people who can score.
That's exactly right.
Okay, and Philadelphia has 1.
Philly's got Allen Iverson.
That's what Francesa said yesterday.
Oh, he's right.
Are
you writing this stuff down?
You're a parrot.
You're a freaking minor bird. What are you talking about?
Can you name the 3 people?
Of course not.
All right, then.
In fact, I heard. You know where I got this? Charles Barkley.
Imus happens to be exactly right. If he's talking about Glenn Robinson, Ray Allen, and Sam Cassell, and also, by the way,
And that Sam Cassell is an assassin, by the way.
he is.
Oh, coming sick.
That's a direct quote from Charles Barkley.
They've also got Tim Thomas in Milwaukee. He can score too.
Hey, Barkley is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Man, that is. I mean, he is. If he doesn't ever get, if he doesn't ever sell out, the guy is fabulous.
Yeah, he doesn't care what he's not afraid to race anybody.
Well, the thing is, you can get anybody in there to shoot their mouth off.
Yeah.
But the guy is smart.
Funny.
And he's funny. Oh man, he should never play basketball again. I mean, he can make as much money doing this as he could playing
Well, he
basketball.
talked about being a politician for a long time. He wanted to run for like governor of Arizona or something, right?
The guy, I mean, you may not like him, but the guy is funny and smart.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, he's really funny and he's really smart.
Yeah.
No rings.
That's fine.
No rings, baby.
Well, that's fine.
All right.
He didn't win any rings.
Can talk the talk.
But he can talk the talk. I mean,
know
he's
it.
the guy's great.
He is good.
I mean, I actually watched that pregame show, those idiots on TNT, with that moron Eddie Anderson, whatever his name is.
Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson. I mean, who is awful.
Terrible. That goatee looks awful.
Oh,
doesn't
he
it?
looks awful. Looks like he crawled out of a crypt. And
He's so smooth, though.
and Kenny, what's the guy's name?
Kenny Smith.
Kenny's pretty good.
He's a local kid. He's actually from the
In fact,
Bronx.
he's actually very good as well, and he works pretty good with Barkley.
Yeah.
But Barkley is unbelievable.
Much better than anybody else in that broadcast.
Oh man, he's fabulous.
Yeah, he's so much better. It reminded me a lot of last Thursday's competition between me and...
Get the hell out of here.
Imus in the morning.
All right. Time for another healthcare highlight from the Hackensack University Medical Center, Metropolitan Area's Freeman Hospital, and one of America's best for innovative cancer treatment and care. They feature the largest, most comprehensive cancer blood.
House own shrine. Donna Hanover is not honorable woman. Gracie Manchin is your castle, and your woman getting court order to prevent Judith Nathan from entering your home. Unacceptable. This is not merely some immoral homeless person from street. This is your mistress. Why should you be denied privilege of introducing your children to the woman with whom you are actually having sex with? You must take control.
I'm a son. I find that in addition to meditation and prayer to ancestors for advice, I turn to art to help me make a decision in life.
Great.
And so I offer a few haiku, inspired by words of Matsuo Basho, most famous Zen Buddhist poet. First is titled Humble Request.
Humble request.
Dana Hanover, miserable hag from hell, get out of my house. This is haiku called Reflection.
Reflection.
I sit uncommode, dairy constitutional, remind me of you.
That's ugly.
And finally, news for you.
News for you.
Former anchor wife, here is your headline story. I getting laid now.
Well, that's what we, that was pretty much what, just pathetic, isn't it? That's beyond pathetic.
I thought it was.
Well, it even got,
I thought it was moving.
it is,
Very
coming up
artistic.
at 19 minutes till the hour. Warner Wolf is here, and Warner, yesterday, Sid was in effect attacking you. Didn't you get
What?
that feeling?
Attacking me?
Well,
What do you mean?
attacking you for confusing Bobby Bonds with Barry Bonds.
I know the difference. One's older.
Oh, I understand
Well,
that, but
one's
I mean,
his father.
apparently you were reporting you
misspoke yourself, I guess,
misspoke
according
yourself,
to
and
Sid.
Sid just jumped all over it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he's looking for any.
Well, I guess that's the first mistake I ever made.
No, but I mean, our point is that Sid is looking, which we
Oh,
pointed
yeah.
out to Sid.
Yeah.
Sid is just this grasping, over-eager geek is looking for anything that he can find to disparage both you and Minko.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anything negative he can find.
Anything.
Anything to elevate himself and diminish you.
Exactly.
That kind of a guy.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Oh, there's no question about that.
Vicious.
Pretty unusual for this business, isn't it?
Well, no, but I mean, I think you've got to think about. You've got to think about retaliation, don't you?
Oh, retaliation.
Yes, absolutely.
So you mean I should listen for his mistakes?
Absolutely.
Well, that wouldn't take long. But no, you may want to think about something this morning to attack him about.
Wow.
Here on line 2 is Tom from Kerrville, Texas. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, boss.
All right.
Wanted to let you know about our old pal Sammy Allred.
What happened to him?
Had a triple bypass about 10 days ago.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. And as far as I can tell, with Austin Papers, K-Vet, Cole, Bob Cole's handling everything, he's doing okay.
Well, Sammy's not back on the air yet?
Hadn't picked him up yet.
And he was the picture of health.
Oh, yes. Of course we are. I've celebrated 15 years. Congratulations on yours, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you very much, Tom. Do you know Kinky?
Yes, just in barely speaking terms. We don't see him in Kerrville much.
He's out at the ranch quite a bit. Well,
And Maudie, the old founder of the Texas Longhorn Breeders Association, died about a month ago. Charlie Schreiner III.
oh, he did.
Yep. He was a dude.
Nobody called me about that either.
Well, I called and got put on hold, and you was awful busy, so it didn't piss me off or nothing.
Any more good news, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, me and my wife celebrating 50th anniversary of wedding bliss June 2nd.
Congratulations.
And our kids give us a cruise from Galveston to Cozumel.
All right.
Won't you come down for the folk festival starts tomorrow in Kerrville?
That will not be happening,
You
Tom.
heard of Rod Kennedy, right?
That will not be happening.
Crank up the iJet.
Thanks, Tom.
Sammy Alvarez here. Sammy, say hi to Mike Breen. Hello, Sammy. Good, thanks. How are you?
Sammy's a mute there.
Just
Chemistry already.
Sammy Matlin.
No. You leave Sammy alone. Go ahead, Mike.
he didn't have his headphones turned on.
Okay. Well, are you a Cowboys fan, Sammy?
Oh, yeah. You know what Reverend Billy Graham and Barry Switzer have in common?
No.
Can both get 60,000 people at once to stand up in a stadium and say, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All
right, Mr. Cricky, thanks for that.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
We love Kinky.
No, I know, but
Kinky is the worst guess, almost the worst guess.
Yeah, well, he used to be the worst guy. I think we have somebody tying him.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Good morning, I-Man. So the Sixers win it, 93-85, lead 1-0. Iverson, who missed his first 9 shots, said, let's play ball. Hit 15 of his next 26, wound up with 34. Today, Larry Brown will be named the NBA Coach of the Year.
You know, if a guy goes 0 for 9,
yeah,
and then still scores 34 points,
yeah,
a lot of guys would just, well, it's like Allen Iverson himself said in the postgame thing. A lot of players would just, you know, they would be so discouraged that, of course, he puts up a lot of shots, but he also makes them.
Yeah.
So, he's a remarkable player. I like him.
Uh-oh. The man's going to start crying.
Shut up,
Here
you
we
bald-headed, light bulb head looking
really good guy.
tedious stooge.
I mean, you know,
I don't know whether he's a good guy or not. I mean, what does it make any difference?
He didn't give up, you know, Chuck?
I'm not going to give up when I come in there and beat up on you.
Hand it to him.
I'm going to come in and beat on your head. I'm sorry, Warner. You have to endure this.
Right.
Go ahead, Warner. We apologize.
Lakers and Spurs with TV travel dates don't play again till Friday night in L.A.
What?
Great. Both teams obviously walking from San Antonio to L.A.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah.
The audience will still be there.
Stanley Cup playoffs, your hockey headquarters here. The Devils beat the Penguins 4-2, win the series 4-1. Key to the series, the Devils held superstars Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr to no goals in the 5 games. So, Devils and Colorado, the best 2 teams, best 2 goalies start Saturday night.
Would you watch a Stanley Cup playoff between the Devils and the Colorado Avalanche? No.
I can't imagine.
Not at gunpoint.
I can't imagine it.
And then, I mean, please.
No. Hockey.
Baseball, Bobby Bonds.
Right.
The father of Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Barry continues amazing pace, 9 home runs in his last 6 games. Bonds now has 24 homers in 45 games.
Well, pretty impertinent of some little twerp like Sid Rosenberg,
absolutely,
who's been in radio about 20 minutes to attack a legend like Warner Wolf.
I mean, to attack an icon.
Yeah, I mean, what is that all about?
The man who brought us the phrase, let's go to the videotape.
And one of the nicest guys in the business.
Absolutely.
Warner Wolf, one of the very nicest people I've ever worked with.
One of the most highly respected journalists, for crying out
and well
loud.
respected by his peers.
Absolutely.
And a fellow Hebrew doing that.
No, we see people that always the same.
We don't make that kind of.
Right.
We don't distinguish people by the.
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah, what's that all about, Warner?
Is that the way you look at people? You categorize them? Are you a bean counter?
Well, that's ugly, Warner. I'm surprised you didn't.
Racist bastard, you.
Yeah, you bigoted schmuck.
You said start
Put your jack boots on and get out of the studio.
You said start something.
Well, okay, you did. That's a good point. Very good. Excellent point, Warner. Thank you.
I'm a Jew too. Come on. Expos beat the Mets. Expos beat the Mets 3-0, but nobody saw it.
Oh.
In Montreal,
how many people?
A city of over 3 million.
Let's guess, I-Man. Guess how many people were there. You guess.
Fewer than 4,000?
Very good, I-Man. 4,100.
Wow.
Showed up to see the game.
That's right.
You got to change the rule.
Like an
what's the rule now, Shane? What's the rule?
Change the city.
What's the new rule?
Yeah, change the city. Forget the rule.
That's right. If you can't draw at least 5,000 people to a major league game, then get out.
If you can't draw 15,000, get out.
Yeah.
Hold the franchise.
Nobody wants to see it.
Nobody.
Nobody. You know about the NFL realignment?
Yeah, Seattle's in the NFC now.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. In the north and the south.
And, Randy Moss, he was an all-state basketball player. He's going to play in this USBL.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. 6'4", play guard or forward.
We're very short of time. We're over, as a matter of fact.
Finally.
Yeah.
I can get out now if you want.
Okay.
This is Warner Wolf. in the Morning Sports for Barry Bonds and his whole family. This is Warner Wolf.
Imus in the morning.
This is Brenda Blackman. Why do you watch UPN 9 News at 10?